Hi everyone, welcome to Messy Bubs. Today I'm going to show you a really easy at-home craft that you can do with your preschoolers. You can introduce this to toddlers, but you need adult supervision at all times, especially if they're still mouthing things. We're going to work with water beads today. These are absolutely brilliant and they're such a good sensory tool. They're not something that we use so much in our classes because we cater for ages from 6 months to 5 years. So we try to avoid them within the class, but if we're doing sessions for preschoolers, then we like to bring them to the sessions. So basically water beads, if ever you've seen them, they come in little packets like this, and they're just tiny little balls. You can get them in all kinds of colours, and you can get them from your local shops, your dollars and senses, or you can get them online. And all you have to do, I'll just show you quickly, just get yourself like you can do sort of like a teaspoon or a tablespoon, whatever that you want. I'm just going to put a couple in because I've already made some. And you put them in a container, and literally you just need to cover them. So just add water and just cover them, and you literally leave them on the side for up to sort of 8 hours, depending on how many you're going to be using, and they expand. And it's a really good mathematical concept to introduce to your child, because it's showing them about the pouring, how much water, how much you're going to put in, and also the science of it, so how the water beads will start expanding. And they actually start expanding straight away, so not that you're going to be able to really see that, but they are very slowly expanding, and they will get quite big, and you can get them in all types of sizes. So I'll just put that one to the side. So as I said, we're going to do sensory calming water bead jars today. Really, really easy. All you need is a water bottle. I prefer the Bubs water bottles that you can get from the supermarket. They're just a really nice shape. Take off all the stickers and everything else. You'll then need your water beads. So we're going with blue and green, and this is what they actually look like when they've grown fully. And they're so nice to touch. They're really soft. They're quite cool. I think you can see that. They're quite cool. They are slippery, but they're not slimy. They're just a really nice sensation. And you can use them in small world play, making your own Arctic ice, or using the green and making like grass and doing some trolls in the grass, or whatever your story might be. So you can use them for that as well. You also need some glue, so either super glue or a hot glue gun. You'll need a measuring tool, so I'm just using a tablespoon, some hair gel, and we're going to put some glitter in today as well. So what we're going to do is, the ratio of it is 1 part hair gel to 7 parts water. So I'm just going to pop in some clear hair gel. You can get this from the supermarket. And then we're going to do 7 parts water, and we're just going to start off with a little bit and fill up the jar, because the beads have already expanded, and then we'll just see how we go. And then give it a mix them together so they really mix well, and it should end up a bit like a lava lamp, you know, the big bits of oil that go up and down. And this is really good for children that, you know, get stimulated by watching it go up and down, want to have a bit of a relax, a bit of a calming time. Open your bottle, and then we just pour the water in. Okay, so it should look like that. It's sort of watery, but it's clear, but it's slightly thick there. And then we just slowly start putting in our water beads. And this is really good, because when you're doing it with your child, my children are actually doing some cool maths instead at the moment, but when you're doing it with your child, you can encourage counting. You're encouraging them you can use funnels, you can use tongs, everything to work fine motor skills as well while they're putting it into the jar. And as you can see, it's really lovely. Oh, all the colours there. It's like a bit like an ocean one. Another thing you can do, if you've got any little glittery bits, or the little sparkles, you can get some of them and pop them in as well. And I think I'm going to put some glitter in, so we're going to use some like Arctic ice white glitter. Just going to pour that in. I'm going to add some more. So I'm going to add one more of hair gel and 7 water. And always just do it bit by bit. It's better to add than to have to take away. 6, 7. Give it another mix. Let's really mix well together. Look how pretty that is becoming. If you have older children, you know, sort of 5 up, you can always use the glass jars as well, which are really, really nice. Just the little ones, you've got to be careful in case they drop them. That's it, and we pour them in. Nearly finished, we'll get up to the top. Put some more green. So pretty. I'll just draw a couple. Another thing you can do when these, when you want to, these last for a really long time, water beads. If you store them in an airtight container, you can keep them in a cupboard, and they'll last quite some time. And what will happen is, if they're left to dry out, they actually start shrinking, and the water slowly gets released, and they shrink and shrink and shrink back to the size they were. If they are crushed or smashed, they can end up going like a bit mouldy, so you'd want to dispose of them. Or if they're smashed and broken, get rid of those ones as well. And how you can get rid of them is quite clever. You can actually put them in your garden under dirt, and as they're shrinking down, the water will gradually feed your plants as they're disposing in the mud. Otherwise, if you're not happy about doing that, then they would have to go to landfill. So you need to dispose of them correctly, put them in a bin liner, and dispose of them that way. Don't put them down your drains, because as I said, when you add water to them, they do expand and they can cause blockages. So just be very mindful of that. Again, with your little ones, and always have your adult supervision, because especially little toddlers, if they're putting them in their mouth and they swallow them or chew them, they're not to be eaten. They are non-toxic, but you don't want them to eat them. With your glue, because you just want to make sure that little fingers don't get hold of it. So just to make sure it's double locked, put some glue on, and we put the lid on. And there is your sensory calming jar. And as you can see, if you just fill it up to sort of the top bit here, it gives it room to move about. So your bubs can watch it. It's very sparkly, very glittery, and the water beads will move around. A really nice one you can do, and I can actually show you, I'll do another video for this, is a rainbow one. And we do it in layers of the rainbow. It's really, really, really pretty. But this is our ocean jar. So have a go. I will pop this up on our YouTube channel. Have a go of it. And if you take any photos, then do remember to tag us in it. So #messybubs. And yeah, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you for another Messy Bub video very soon.